Let's try the third time's the charm. Maybe? I doubt it. It might have to be actual like settings. Which I'm not. I'm not thrilled about, but still save. I know. Maybe it's in the actual settings of my computer. That might be it. Maybe. Okay. I got the change. Maybe it changed. I don't know yet. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe I just have to set it closer to me. Maybe that works. I don't know. Or I just unplug it and plug it back in. And hope that it works. Because I just bought this thing. No change, okay. That's upsetting. Part of me is like, how do I make it work? Um, thing. Part of me is just like, well, I'll just let it be for now. Maybe. And then, or it could just be the internet too. Or my internet specifically. I don't know. We love tech issues. Because it has to be something interfering with whatever. I don't know. Dang it. I really thought. Hmm. Well, actually, I can't even hear myself. It's okay. It's not. It's not your fault. I. Yeah. Oh, I mean, worst comes to worst, I just have to find a different mic. Street preview. Ooh, connection unstable. Yep. Just wanted to look nice, but it doesn't want to look nice. Alright, I'm gonna music for you guys, but I'll be able to hear it. I just want to be able to hear myself on the replay. Just give me a moment. Well, definitely something with the computer. Hold on, I'm gonna change mics.
There we go. Maybe it's much better. I hope that's much better. It should be. It's attached to my headphones. Yay! Yeah, it's much. Now it's better. There we go. Yay. Amazing. Yes, I know. I don't know why it's not working. There was a time where I could get those like microphones to work. Gosh dang it. But yeah, I will turn myself down a little. I realized how loud I was. I'm sorry. Um, but I really don't like using the headphones one. I don't know how to get this one to work. Maybe it'll work better with recording, but I think what was happening was somehow it was picking up here and picking up on the one on my headphones, or at least trying to. That's, ooh, frustrating. Anyways. Oh, that was really loud. That was really loud. Don't mind me, the music's just really loud in my ears. I'll turn it up a little. Yeah, otherwise, I don't know what else to do. Um, unless I can connect it to something else. I don't know. Yes, very. Anyways, or maybe it just, maybe this computer, this MacBook, just likes microphones connected to the headphone port. There we go. At least that's what I'm gonna call it. Anyways. But there. There's no way it can be both mics. There's just no way. I'm pretty sure it's just... It has to be a computer issue. I have to look at the box here for a second. Excuse me, sorry. It says it works with Mac. Oh. There might be. Yes. So I'm pretty... There wasn't issues before. What was it? Last year it was fine. My other one was fine. And then all of a sudden it just started sounding robotic. So who knows? Maybe I just now have 2 mics. I'll have to mess around with the settings. Tech issues are resolved. Yeah, because I'm using this one. Not that one. It's great. Yeah, it's very weird. But yeah. Yep. Oh. Thank you for the singular goldfish. Thank you. Oh, okay. You're just gonna eat that one. I was given a singular goldfish by my girlfriend. Yes, yes. They're a real keeper. And then they just walk away. Yeah. So I'm trying to think. Because the thing is, it could just be that the mics are good with recording, it's just not streaming. Which is probably, that's what I'm gonna assume. Also, half the time with this playlist, it's me just being like, oh yeah, I know this song. I'm just gonna bop along to it. And then I say nothing for like a good while. Thank you. You can thank Give Heart Beats or Give Heart Records for the amazing tunes. You know, I was just like, you know what? I don't want to get strikes. So I'm just scrolling through Spotify playlists and then I see this one and I'm like, well, that just fell perfectly into my lap. And it's also by one of my favorite artists. So it's got some good music. Oh yeah, Maddie, what playlist was that on your stream? I'm sorry. Sometimes I just totally listen to the music and just the music. Is that like, was it a specific playlist that you have, or is it just songs that came up on your queue? Nice, nice. For me, that's sometimes how it goes, but then sometimes I just let it play, because this playlist, it might have been after. every single time Sandcastle Kingdoms pops. Oh no. Yes, it does. That's how I found some other pretty good artists. Even way back in like 2016, I kind of made the switch from Pandora over to Spotify. Um, Simply because more people are like, you still listen to music on that one? And I'm like, alright, peer pressure. But Pandora wasn't the greatest option for me, like, getting recommended stuff. Sometimes it was, other times it wasn't. But then that's how I found Nate Wants to Battle, CG5. Yes. And that's when I started listening to Pandora. It was in 2012. Because it felt like more like a radio, and I was used to listening to like the radio. And now with Spotify, it's just like, maybe I don't like the radio as much as I thought I did. I think it was last year, I think I downloaded Pandora onto my phone that I'm using as my webcam right now. And my music choices have definitely changed. I was very much so into country, and now it's more of this, more indie pop, punk rock. For a while it was very much so punk rock, but now it's more indie. Whereas Spotify called it POV indie, I think. No way. There's just simply no way. Yeah. Part of me feels like it happens to everyone. Cause there's just so many people that I'm like, but how? It's crazy how much my music tastes kind of match up with so many other people. Lol, exactly, yeah. It, yeah. What can I say? Wolf in Sheep's Clothing by Set It Off is the real life changer. Well, also was Panic at the Disco for me. Granted, a lot of people say, oh yeah, Panic at the Disco. And I'm like, but was it really Panic at the Disco? For me, it was Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. And then everyone says it's Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. I get that one more. I just remember for like maybe 5 years that I followed Nate's like social media like closely because I was a little fangirl.
Same plan, different moods.
Yeah. It's yeah. But like was it 5 years? Did I really follow his music that closely for 5 years? Anyways, uh, right. Um, he, like everyone asks, can you do a cover of Wolf in Sheep's Clothing? And then every single time he's like, every single time someone asks me that, it adds a year. And then it adds, I think, a month because of how many times people were asking him. And then I got, like, the calculations added up to about 50 years worth of, can you do a cover of Wolf in Sheep's Clothing? And then he finally did it. And there's little passive-aggressive little comments throughout it. And I love it. And part of me is like, I know he did that for the people who just laugh whenever that gets asked. And I was one of those people that was like, yeah, we all know. We all know that it makes you angry. So it works out that way. You do. It's great. God, what other things did I know about? There was like, the fan base tried to make a whole bunch of drama surrounding a few people that he like publicly dated. And yeah, that's when I was kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna quietly step back a bit from all of the fan discourse. And then here we are now. Well, granted, I took like a giant step back from like even listening to his music kind of after he started his record label, Give Heart Records. Simply because I was like, oh, he's not necessarily community-ish driven. But now I took a step back and I've learned and I've grown. I hope at least. I think I've grown. Not in height. I'm still real short. But I feel like I've grown as just a person rather than a teenage girl just struggling mentally to try to figure out what's going on with her life. Because I thought I had to get everything figured out before high school. Yeah. Like, I was not ready to try to force that upon myself. But then I did. And then here I am now, more mature than some other people I know in my life. And very mature for my age, sometimes. Sometimes my coworkers are like, you know, you can be very immature. And I'm like, thank you. I like having that comment said sometimes because it makes me feel less old. Also, I used to hate my birthday. I never really admitted that until the past couple of years. Because now I'm just like, okay, it's just another day to me. It's whatever. But then this year, I was like, ooh, I kind of want to do something. And then it's like, what do I want to do that's really big? Well, needless to say, I'm gonna be getting my first tattoo. And I know I want it on the inner arm. That much I know. It's just the other stuff. It's a little saying onward and upward, but what I want done is like it to kind of look like a bow and arrow, so like onward and then upward, kind of. And I want it going towards my hand, kind of thing. I don't know. I kind of thought about it. I have a lot and then not a lot. But it's, yeah. Thanks. But yeah. Because I'm just like, okay, I want to have this experience because I know either A, my pain tolerance is going to be so low that it's going to be horrible, awful, whatever, like the worst case scenario. And then the other part of me is like, or I'm gonna get addicted to tattoos and gonna want a lot of them. Because I've seen both sides of the spectrum from just different content creators. And I also feel like inside the arm, specifically the left arm, is like the most cliche spot to get a tattoo. Granted, what place isn't like a little thing on your wrist or a hand tattoo? Those are popular. Well, I don't have anything in that specific spot. I feel like it's not too painful of an area. Yeah, I figure since a lot of people get that like here as like a first tattoo kind of spot, that it wouldn't be as painful. But yeah, I mentioned it to one of my coworkers because we were really slow on Tuesday. And she said, I got one tattoo and I regret it. And I'm like, well, I'm also not you, and I'm gonna get it in a different spot that's more so visible to me, as also just kind of like a reminder to like take a deep breath, calm down, and not be so worried. I also on YouTube, when I watch YouTube, I use a different account that I changed the name of like 5 times. Excuse me one moment as I take it. getting back to music, that topic, because I can talk myself into infinity. But on YouTube, sometimes I go through little sad moments. There we go. That's what I'm gonna call them. Because I'm not diagnosed with anything. So I'm not gonna say, oh, I go through a little depressive episode. But I just have really low lows sometimes. And so sometimes YouTube is too good with recommending me things. So, the song Why Worry by Set It Off popped up, and I'm like, how dare you? It's not my fault, it's my brain's fault. But also a lot of songs from Set It Off's Duality album are really good. And Why Worry is one of them, and also one that I had on loop for a while. But one song, and I'm gonna say this, I keep up with Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, I went to see the movie, all that kind of stuff. But I, in middle school, hardcore Five Nights at Freddy's phase. Yes, very cruel and unforgiving sometimes, especially in middle school, because I could read out the lyrics probably to the song Home by Nate Wants to Battle. Thank you. Thank you. At least someone's in support of my Five Nights at Freddy's phase. Granted, so is my girlfriend, but like, my girlfriend kind of has to, right? Anyways, the song Home by Nate Wants to Battle. I had that on loop for a solid week. And then Nate comes out with a short of what it could be about, and I'm like, yeah, that's totally what my brain was going with that. But to me, someone who at the time didn't know a whole lot about Five Nights at Freddy's 4, just, and then will kind of just put themselves into learning everything about Five Nights at Freddy's, and with MatPat and everything. Like, I watched all of the theories from MatPat specifically because I knew he had a whole team behind him doing research and all that kind of fun stuff. Well, fun in quotations. Maybe it was more fun for them, but whatever. My brain interpreted the song being more trapped in my own head because in middle school I kind of felt trapped in my own head to the point where I probably could have driven myself.
Thanks for listening to Spotify.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ad. You're welcome. Where I could have driven myself mentally into the deep end, but I didn't. I really thought that it wasn't going to be another ad, and then it was. That's what I get. Okay. Um, and then it was, oh yeah, and then another Five Nights at Freddy's song that I know pretty much by heart now, um, is Circus of the Dead. Exactly. The ads just need to read the room and exit the building. Thank you very much. um, but it's Circus of the Dead by Try Hard Ninja. Um, Granted, now I'm just annoyed with the song. Like, for a while, I had to fully stop listening to it, but it was the one and only song my mom approved to download, even though it had dead in the title. My mom is very against the music that I listen to and calls it trash. So it was a big thing for me. Even to just have this one song on there. Well, granted, there was also what? Space is Cool. There we go. By Shmo Yoho, I think. I think that's what they're called. Hold on, I have to look it up now. I cannot be wrong on this, because if I am, this is sad. It'll be a sad day for me. Um. Anyways, right. Yep. Shmo Yoho. Yeah. I think that's what I said. It's corn. That is such a good one. Anyways, but Space is Cool. It wasn't even Mark actually singing. It was just him saying words, and it was I can't remember if it was Universe Sandbox or what, but it was just him saying Space is Cool so many times that they decided to make a song about it. And it, to me, it's just a gem. And also All the Way by Shmo Yoho as well. Shmo Yoho? Yep, we're going with it. Those are just a few songs that my mom allowed. And every single time I'm like, yeah, I don't know why or how, but you allowed this, so I will listen to it. And that was like the 3 songs I was able to have for a bit. And then downloaded Spotify and Pandora and all those fun music listening streaming apps. And then broaden my horizons even further. It's great. Mostly because I found CG5 before. He really blew up again. I say again, but really. It was more so this time that, like, he really kinda rose in popularity. And it is just crazy. Because I'm like, wait, this guy seems a little familiar. Lo and behold, I knew a few of the songs that he had made in their Five Nights at Freddy's related songs. Because my FNAF phase was purely theories and music. Yeah. Yeah, it's it's an experience. Well, mostly because everything was linked to my mom's card. So, I get why, like now, but back then, I say, as it was probably. Oh, it wasn't even. No, it wouldn't have been a decade. It is slowly approaching a decade from now. But I get it, and I know, and I understand why. But like, when Circus of the Dead pops on some playlist somewhere, you best know that I'm gonna be the one singing along to that or screaming along. Either way, it's gonna be just me at the top of my lungs. Yeah. Also, I would play the songs, but I don't want them coming after me, being like, you didn't do anything transformative to it. And it's like, alright, cool. I just wanted to show that I knew all the lyrics. And, okay, this is me being a huge nerd. Cause at the end, like the credits song, and I'm like, oh my god, it's a living tombstone. Out of the three of us that were there, I was the only one who was the biggest fan of Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, I was the only one who was like really into it. Once MatPat was on the screen, I did not hear any of the words that really came out of his mouth besides something about breakfast. Yes. And then I'm like, okay, this is also a Scott Cawthon thing for the end credits thing to have something at the end, because a lot of FNAF fans are Marvel fans, and especially in film now, because Marvel made it so popular to do, there's something always like at the end of every movie after all of the credits, because only the hardcore fans will stay to the end of the credits. It's just a weird kind of thing. And I stayed for that while everyone else left, even my friends. They just stood outside the theater and they're like, all right, you gonna be okay? And I'm like, no, I won't be, but it's fine. But like when MatPat was on the screen, I was just like, I know him. And I didn't even hear the, well, that's just a theory kind of line. Yeah. Um, yeah, it was just, it was just a fun time. Like, I didn't even hear him say that. I had to look up the scene after, and I'm like, oh, he did say it. I was just so happy that he was in the movie. Because, yes, he kept it as, MatPat kept it a whole entire secret and whatever. It was just, I was just happy that he was there. um, But I love the story that he had from set of like everyone being like, okay, how's my character important to the door? And I'm like, oh my god, just a bunch of actors coming up to you and just also being like, okay, how important am I to this whole entire story? And it's like, some of them not really. Hate to break it to you. Trying to think of else. Yes, Markiplier was supposed to be in it. The King of Five Nights at Freddy's. He was not in the movie because, of course, he had to make his own movie about a video game that he loves, of course, called Iron Lung. I don't know if there's a specific day that's gonna be in theaters, but I know in the podcast that Mark is in, Distractable, along with his good friends. Yeah, and then, like, with Mark not being there, it was just scheduling things and him also making a movie, being a director and an actor in it, I think. I'm pretty sure he's an actor in it. Oh yeah, because he got like a ton of like fake blood in his eyes. Yeah. Like I understand the sentiment um of wanting him in the movie, but it's also like things happen. I guess I'm more understanding than a lot of people, especially a lot of fans. Because whenever I check Twitter, I'm sorry, X. Oh, thank you, Jitterbug, for the follow. Mighty kind of you. I don't know why alerts don't show up on the screen, but it's supposed to. But thank you so much for following. I hate to be like, okay, now back to the conversation. Aka my ramble. But I don't know why. I'm somehow like so much more understanding of people and just their like life happens, ish happens. You say you're gonna be in one place and then something happens and then you can't be there. I get that kind of stuff. But also sometimes I know I get that way too, where I'm just like, but they should have been there, kind of thing. Right. The Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Okay. My sister loves Hunger Games. I'm gonna preface this. Loves Hunger Games. Once she saw that Josh was in it, she's like, "Can I go with you and your friends?" And I'm like, "You just want to see Josh Hutcherson." And she's like, "Who?" And I always forget that she only knows actors by their character names. And I'm like, "PETA, you just want to see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie for PETA." And she's like, "Yes." But no. And I'm like, "But yes." Yes. Quite genuinely. Pulled her in, her and her friends. I feel like that was a big part of it, but also Matthew Lillard. I had, okay, once I heard that Matthew Lillard was in the FNAF movie, it's it's pretty funny. I laughed for a solid hour once I got back to my apartment about her just wanting to see Josh. Anyways, Matthew Lillard. um I just I was like, okay, this guy, he seems familiar to me. I don't know why, it's something about his face. So of course I look up his IMDb and then I see that he was in this live action Scooby-Doo movies. And I'm like, excuse me? Hello? This dude played Shaggy and now he's a murderer? Not the first time he's a murderer in a movie though. But to me, it feels like a weird shift in career. Granted, I know the Scooby-Doo live action movies were so long ago. He does. He has so much range. Like, from playing, one of the people, or one of the people in Ghostface, like, to Scooby-Doo. And then all of a sudden, William Afton. And it's like, huh? What's going on? um, but I did read the trilogy of Five Nights at Freddy's books, and I'm kind of glad that they went with the storyline of the books. Granted, not a lot of people know about the books, just about to knock over the tripod, I guess. Because I know it's not as popular, and I know Cawthon really liked that storyline. I don't know how or why. I don't know Scott personally, but I had a feeling that he liked that storyline better because that one was more hands-on in this case with the books, because it's not a game where everything can be misconstrued and then everyone thinks it's something else. It's written word for word what he wants the story to be and what he wants people to know. Excuse me while I take a drink. Feels like it's every 2 minutes that I need a drink. Sorry. Anyways, at least with anything that's not a game, he's kept the storyline pretty consistent across the board. Of specific drawings are kind of manipulating the animatronics in some way, shape, or form. And Afton has control over them and who they attack, kind of thing. Whereas the games, it's very much so, oh, they're programmed somehow in this way to all of a sudden go and murder people. AKA, oh, this person looks not like a person, instead just a robot skeleton outside of its suit. And that's not okay for kids to see. They'll be traumatized. But dang. Oh yeah. I'm just thinking back to right when the FNAF movie did come out, though. And then immediately, because I saw it a few days after opening night, and oh my god, I did not expect people to thirst over Matthew Lillard. Some of that was popping up on my TikTok feed. So I'm just like, you know what? We're just gonna take a step back from TikTok, or at least search something up that's different. And then there was the whole Josh Hutcherson AI photo. I think that's still going around. I'm not sure. But it him being some people's Roman Empire, I don't understand that. Do not. I know nothing about it. Just all of a sudden it popped up in my YouTube recommended of he's my Roman Empire, and I'm like, he's your what? He's your what now? I am Confucian America explain? What is happening? And then all of a sudden that disappeared, and I'm like, okay, I don't have to learn anything else, internet. We're good. It's fine. 2023 was crazy. The internet is a wild place. It definitely is. And I don't understand all of it, and I've been okay with that for a good long while. I just have YouTubers explain some things to me. I just never cared to learn the whole Roman Empire phrase, what that means. I guess it means like, I don't even want to try to guess what it means. I'll probably look it up at some point, but just not right now. My brain just doesn't want to process that kind of information. Oh, well, that makes sense. Something that you think about every day. I see. For a lot of people, it was that AI picture of Josh Hutcherson. And good on them. Good on them. Because it just kept popping up in my YouTube recommendation every day for like a week. And I didn't click on it, and YouTube's like, okay, we'll just not recommend this to you. Oh. They think about the Roman Empire on a regular basis. I don't. Good on all men. There we go. Good for them. I personally don't think about the Roman Empire that much unless it's in relation to Percy Jackson and Annabeth and Grover and Jason, Piper, Nico. Okay, this is just testing my knowledge of characters in the Percy Jackson series as a whole. I haven't even watched the show fully. Granted, I was going to today, but then my phone distracted me a little. So wait. I just realized if that definition about something being someone's Roman Empire, then the season finale of Supernatural, or at least Supernatural in general, not a specific person, just the show as a whole. It's on my brain all the time, constantly. And it makes some of the people in my life a little upset because they're like, just the show is done and over with. Be quiet. And I'm like, no, thank you very much. I'm going to talk your ear off about how I think this character was poorly portrayed or whatever, or something to that matter. Or I just will tell you about how the writers really tried to push the Dean and Cass one-sided love story first, and I'm like, can it just not be platonic love? No? Yeah, sure. Love someone, but like, oh well, I think it's just me. But someone I work with is also a big fan of Supernatural, and my first tattoo was gonna be a Supernatural, like the show related tattoo. And it was gonna be the cliche one that literally everyone gets, but then as I thought about it more, I was just like, well, technically, you're supposed to get it, like, over your heart to protect your heart. That's kind of the meaning at the beginning of the show. But then other, like, people get it on, like, their shoulder or something like that. And I'm like, I don't think I could go through with someone shading that whole entire little morning star pennant on me. I couldn't. I would chicken out. There's a TikTok that popped up. And it was someone. See, I brought it back around to tattoos. I talk myself in circles, and it's fine. Right. There's a TikTok about this guy who was gonna get this beautiful, like, piece on his, like, I think it was right side, but not like his side, like his ribs, like on his chest. And then the tattoo artist started, and the dude quite literally jumps out of the chair pretty far away, and I'm just like, oh shit, remind me not to get a chest tattoo. Wasn't the plan, but remind me to not. Because the guy was like, it's gonna be like that for 8 hours? And I'm like, well, yeah, look how detailed the freaking stencil was. Sometimes people just amaze me. Well, also some people just, yeah, oof is right.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for
No,
$3 Biggie
I don't
bundles.
care about Wendy's. I don't care about Wendy's, the restaurant, or the fast food chain. Basically, I am giving these fast food chains free promo because it's on my stream, like here-ish. There we go. I'm giving them free promo. So there you go. It's perfect. But yeah, ever since that TikTok that I saw, I was like, okay, I really gotta think about tattoo placement. Because if I decide somewhere painful, then I have to sit there for however long it's gonna take for the tattoo to, like, be finished. So, we're we're gonna choose one of the less painful spots. And also, if the arm is too painful, then I don't know. It might have to be scheduling another appointment. And figuring out where it wouldn't hurt as much. Which sucks to say, but I'm a wuss. Sometimes. Like, when I first started working where I do now, which is a grocery store, someone, what was it? Yeah, someone, they put a bag into the cart and I was still grabbing items. Sorry I have to jump off, but it's been so nice chatting with you and watching you crochet. Hope to catch another stream soon. Yeah, it was nice to see you too, Maddie. Thanks for joining, thanks for chatting with me, and I am gonna continue crocheting for a little bit longer, but you probably won't miss too much, maybe just a couple more rows, but yeah, definitely. And hopefully I get to catch another one of your streams. Now this is just a good song. I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah. Oh yeah. Today, when I decided to just log on and go to the creator dashboard, I was just amazed because all of a sudden, I know I shouldn't be numbers oriented, but like, I had 14 followers, technically 15, but I had 14, and then all of a sudden now I have 18. Y'all are amazing, honestly. It's just been super amazing just to see a lot of people, and to me, yes, 18 is a lot of people, kind of like come together, which is crazy in retrospect to a lot of things. in life. Sorry, I have to pause for a second. My shoulders kind of. I don't know why, but my biceps, for some reason, like, what I lift at work isn't that heavy, but sometimes if, like, I have a day off of work, all of a sudden, like, my arms just kind of, my muscles just get lethargic. I believe that's the right word. They just get a bit lethargic and just like, ugh. So I have to pause for a second. And also I don't want arthritis in my hands. But I will be taking a break right now because I need to take a break and just chill. Give my voice a little bit of a rest because I've been talking everyone's ear off for the past hour and well, a little longer, I guess, the past 2 hours. So I'm gonna pause, take like a quick 5-ish minute break, and I will be back in a second. Okay? It's fine. Everything's fine. Hello, I am back. Yeah, okay. To be honest, I don't. You know what? I'm gonna stream for a little bit longer. Mostly because I had a bunch of tech issues and starting and stopping stream. So I'll go for a little bit longer. It's just I don't know why. It was like an adrenaline high, but like also I really want to figure out what is up with these mics and my computer and them not working. Otherwise, it might be me having to ask, like, my old college professor. I say old college professor, it's only because I'm not in college anymore. And, yeah, that kind of a thing. Every single time I turn this, I'm like, ugh, I have to turn it all again. That's fine. So anyways, blanket. That's also gonna be messing in the settings with things. Trying to figure out what is up and what is wrong with my mic. Yay! You know what? Maybe my mics are just too high powered. Because now I have two. And one of them is new, one of them is old. And they should still work. They do work, it's just they don't work the way that they're supposed to.
This year,
No,
set
I
self-improvement
don't
goals.
want. Thank you. Anyways. I thought it wasn't an ad anymore, but there's another ad. I always forget about that. And is it? There we go. Yay. We have music back. And not ads. Trying to think of what else I've been thinking about. Oh yeah. I can't remember if I showed on stream, but I got the AMC plushie. Just a little guy. And AMZ sits on my chair when I'm streaming. On a plastic bag on a chair. So also, I did buy more yarn. I was tempted to buy more yarn, and so I did. I was in Walmart, so I didn't go to Target. Even though I probably could have. But I did not. Also, to me, when yarn is in like its other regular skein version, which by the way, the yarn I am using is like a baby yarn, baby sport. It's a size 3. Anyways, when it's like this, I couldn't tell how much was left. And also the packaging on it is definitely a little different than it was on this one. I can just never tell how much yarn I have left unless I put it in a little ball like this. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna have to start a second one and like a second skein of yarn. And I'm not thrilled about it, but here we are. Jeez. Even when it's close up to my face, I just whack it. The mic. Sorry, I don't mean to be so quiet, but I don't know, I think fatigue is just hitting me, and I also have to go to work early tomorrow. But I kinda just wanna chill, you know? But needless to say, I just need to build the blanket out a little bit more, because it's supposed to be 40 by 40. So, and right now it's just past 31 now. So it won't be. I would say, since it took me this long to build it up, and it might take less time to like decrease, I should say. It will definitely be a quicker one once I get it to a 40 by 40. Hold on, I'm gonna emulate it, because I don't know why alerts weren't working earlier. Why didn't it work earlier?
Get in, loser.
Unless maybe it did and... Interesting. Oh well. That's something else to troubleshoot. For a minute, I thought just Spotify went down. I'm like, hello. I need that. Sorry, I'm just giving my hand a little break. As I'm getting tired and oh, my brain's so slow. I might just finish up this row and then call it a day. Not gonna lie, all of a sudden, just tired. Granted, it's late for me. And you know what I'll probably do when I end stream is just sit here for a good minute. I don't know what it is, but whenever I end stream, I just kind of sit and just. I think it's more so just dissociating. But like, I just sit and I just stare. It's a little creepy, but you know, it's fine. It's just me processing what's happening. And it just so happens that's gonna be close to the 2-hour mark. Technically 3, but we don't count that first hour because it was me trying to figure out technical difficulties. Or who knows, maybe I have an attachment. Watch it be an actual attachment, like a spooky attachment kind of thing. But yeah. Alright, so I finished the row. Sorry, it feels so late, but it's kind of not for my brain. Thank you everyone who joined stream today, and this is quite the song to end on. Jesus. Anyways, so thank you everyone who did join in today's stream. Whether you're just listening to this like a podcast and listening to me ramble about anything and everything, well, not everything, but you get what I mean. I will probably stream tomorrow at about the same time, because tomorrow's Thursday. Hold on, I need to check my schedule, because I already forgot what my work schedule is for tomorrow, which is insane. Let's see. Calendar there. Okay, so I have it in my calendar to stream from, well, stream at 6 p.m. PST again. So, same time, same place. Oh, I should probably find someone to raid, and
Same
that
plan,
is perfect
different needs.
timing for me to mute the music. I'm just gonna pause that for right now. I will pause it on a song. Come back. Hold on. I should find someone in the same category of makers and crafting. Let's see. Makers and crafting, we're just going to... Oh? We're gonna search up Crow. There we go. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. I think I know who to raid into. Alright, let's see here. Let's go. And make sure everyone to be nice. And at least say hi to them. Alright. Raiding into Woolly Dev Dev. So, I'll see you guys over there. Bye, everyone.